tide's up at the moment. Do you want me, I mean, I can kind of, it's quite good from here because I can kind of explain everything from here. Does that, everybody loves a story, you know. History is the story of how we got here. If somebody told you, look, I can tell you how you got here, you're interested, aren't you? I mean, it's just natural. You will understand why I'm the moon. I was a teacher and a financial advisor before I became a chef. Taught myself. You know, it's really tough when you first open somewhere and you're trying to get established. After about 5 or 6 years, I started to look into the history of the area. There's kind of a moment when you find your own voice, when you're not just cooking other people's food anymore. That history kind of helped to inform my personal style. Down there is the pub, which is actually below the sea wall, if you can see. And this is interesting in itself. It's a you can see it's a built mound of earth. They've put a wall on top of it, a concrete wall, back in, I don't know, the 30s or 40s or something. But it's amazing. It was built by monks in 1280, because you wouldn't think it walking past. You know, it's a crazy idea, isn't it? And to what extent it's been added to, I don't know, but I think that's quite fun. But the monks had a farm. Now the farm we use is called Monkshill Farm, and it's back up on the hill there. And I was using it for 4 years before it clicked, before the penny dropped, and I went, oh, Monkshill, the monks, you know. It hadn't occurred to me, and now I realise that the monks farmed this whole area that you can see.
It goes back generations that we were farmers. Farming's in my blood for generations. These are grower pigs. They're the old traditional orchard pigs that love living outside, sort of dig, graze, eat apples. The restaurants love them. When they reach maturity, they'll be slaughtered by the Sportsman, yeah. And they'll be going around there.
What is it with today?
Braised grill.
This bit of land was, it says, owned by the kitchens of the Archbishop. So this bit was the larder for the Archbishop's palace. You've got chicken, lamb, duck, pork, cod, mackerel, bass, turbot, slipsoles, oysters, cockles, all these, all the forage stuff, all within this square mile. And that's why we do what we do. We're driven by the land. You will understand why I'm the moon. It chases the wind through the trees.
I used to come down with my father and my grandfather from the age of about 3. I used to help them take the shells, remove the shells.
I'll show you some oysters, you know. The posh restaurants have this sort of thing.
Here we are. Here we are. This is the salt water being turned into salt for the tasting menu. What's happening is that is seawater that's been heated until it's super saturated. And if I turn it round, can you see the beginnings of the forming of the crystals? This is the end result here. This is salt that's now been fully made. This is from the sea out there. People know that it's salt from the sea, this kind of adds to that feeling that you're eating something that makes total sense, where all the loose ends are all tied up. There's something about the narrative, the story behind what we're doing, that increases, you know, its desirability. some days when I was doing all the research for this, I felt like 1,000 years was just a click of a finger. And actually it is, isn't it? And it starts to blow your mind, and you start to, the sea looks different and the sky looks different, because you think the sea looked the same then, the sky looked the same. You know, so much of this is still the same. And we're just temporarily passing through this landscape.
There was a perfect